going on, people? Welcome back to Nick J. Francis channel. We are back for another season. Man has been slacking on the YouTube thing. Do you know what I'm saying? The football was uninspiring, but the football was very, very inspiring today. It's been very, very inspiring so far this season. 2 games in. We just smoked Leicester 4-2. Yes, I said smoked. We conceded 2. I said smoked, innit? I said what I said. Come and chat to me personally if you've got a problem with that. Do you know what I'm saying? Bruv, the football today, we were sourcing. I'm gonna try and be back on this YouTube thing a lot more consistently. And I've been getting flamed from my people. I've been getting flamed from my brethren, flamed from X, flamed from different people. But I'm gonna be back consistently. Previews, reviews, hella views, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? We're manifesting that for 2022. So, yeah, this game, it was this whole football that we're seeing at the moment is night and day from last season. I was just looking up last season stats, last season performances. We've been watching the All or Nothing documentary. Hopefully you've been watching it. It took us 8 games last season, 8 league games to score 6 league goals. We've scored 6 league goals in 2 games. So yes, it's Crystal Palace, it's Leicester. These are quality teams. They're having individual different problems. Palace, I think they'll do quite well this season. Leicester are struggling a little bit. But even so, they're good quality teams. They're good quality Premier League teams. They're teams that we would have fumbled against in the past. They're teams that, do you know what I'm saying? Like we might have fucked up against in the past, but as it stands at the moment, we're doing our thing. I like the fluidity of the team. It was good to see Tomiyasu and Kieran Tierney come back into the game towards the end. Still some issues on the wing. I know we're looking for another winger. Games like today, though, you know, we know Mikel's very, very stubborn. I think that maybe this could have been a game for Marquinhos, maybe Pepe to come in, especially with James Justin bombing forward on the left-hand side. I thought maybe, you know, but maybe they're trying to ship him out, don't want to risk an injury or something like that. But I think that we have to trust him at this point, because when he doesn't try and... I still feel that we should try and reintegrate some of these players, but whenever we don't reintegrate the players that have been frozen out and we just go and move on and bring in another player to replace them, it works out better than, you know, if we try to reintegrate that player. Do you know what I'm saying? So again, it's trust the process. It's always been trust the process. Gabi Jesus was on fire today. He looked like, you know, he nearly got his hat-trick. Probably should have had a hat-trick, to be fair. First game in front of the home crowd. He looked so frustrated, you know, to come off the pitch and have scored 2 goals and still look frustrated is a really good mentality to have. Desperate for his hat-trick, and I'm sure it will come. Gabi Martinelli was sourcing today. And for me, it's a toss-up between the two of them. Martinelli's just cooked Fofana, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? He's just come back from injury, and Martinelli nearly put him into another injury because he got cooked on that side. Do you know what I'm saying? He had to drag him down. Do you know what I'm saying? It looked like a fucking SmackDown WWE flipping bra and panties match, bruv. He was trying to just... Do you know what I'm saying? It was Pete the way he was gripping him up, fam. But yeah, man, it's one of them ones. The man of the match could have been either one of them today. I'm going with Gabi Jesus just because he's an impact signing. He's the big signing. He's the signing we're excited about. And I think with his goal, his first goal, it's the kind of goal that maybe Lacazette might not have scored. It's the kind of goal that Aubameyang might not have scored. Lacazette was a typical hold-up 9. Aubameyang was a typical poacher. And sometimes there were just moments where you need a little bit of brilliance, you need a little bit of ingenuity, you need someone to just make something up. The game plan goes out of the window, and that's what it was. That first finish was just so tidy, and he just plucked it. No one was really expecting the shot. The keeper was planted. Their keeper was really poor today, but we ain't going to talk about that. We won in it, so that's the main thing. And the reason I say smoked, even though it was 4-2, we conceded 2. The first one was William Saliba own goal, a little bit of an accident. You know, these things happen, no biggie. And then the second one, Ramsdale has to do better. I'm a massive fan of Ramsdale. Everybody knows that. But he has to do better on that. So they're 2 sloppy mistakes that if we play this game over and over again, you know, we can work out those mistakes. We can work out those kinks. I did think we started the game a little bit slow. But the reason I say it's night and day from last season is because the first 15 minutes, we struggled to really dominate the ball. We struggled to control the ball. But I always had faith that it was gonna come good. I always had faith that they were gonna turn it around. It was gonna be a good game. You know, and they're going to really get stuck into the game. So for me, that's how I felt. Granit Xhaka looks so much better higher up the pitch. This dropping back and trying to be... He's not very press resistant, but as a box-to-box midfielder, he's there. I think he can get a lot of goals this season. I think he knows that we're looking at people like Tielemans to come in. He's not trying to be on the bench. He's trying to push himself forwards, get amongst the goals and really put a statement on the team. Partey is one of the best press-resistant players that we have in the team. At the moment, he was class. The whole back four was really class today. Like, you know, a couple little hairy moments because that's what happens. It's a game of football. William Saliba just looks so good. Like, I can't believe, even though I was excited for him to come into the team, and I'm still surprised at how good he is. For someone his age, £27 million we paid for this guy. If we were to sell it, if he plays like this all season and we sold him in the summer, that would be a 60, 70 million pounds sale easily. The big thing that we're working on at the moment, or the big thing we have to improve on, is outgoings at the moment. The incomings has been pretty good, but we're getting, I know it's dead weight off the books, but we're getting people going for nothing, we're getting people going for cheap. So we need to start looking at this team in terms of if the people are going to go in a season or two, the value has to go up. And Saka, at the moment, Saka was quite quiet today, but he would go for a lot of money, Ødegaard would go for a lot of money, Saliba would go for a lot of money, and that's how we build the club going forward. You have to be a little bit less emotional and let players go for the right fee and play a little bit of hardball. But this game, like I say, 6 goals in 2 games, not many people are doing that. We certainly weren't doing that last season. Do you know what I'm saying? We scored no goals in the first 3 games, and like I say, it took 8 games to score 6 goals. It was actually 7 because Crystal Palace scored 2. But anyway, 8 games to score 6 goals. And we've done it today in 2 games. So that's really, really impressive. And Gabi Martinelli, the reason he could be man of the match is because the whole game plan comes not from him, but it's the pressing that this guy does. You often think of a player that's going to be really technical to not necessarily press super hard and rely on their technical ability, and then you think of a player that presses a lot and is a real athlete to maybe not be the most technical player and just is a bit of a passion merchant. This guy can do both. He's technical, needs to work on his finishing. He's a little bit rough on the edges still, but he's technical and he's got the aggression and the passion, and he just wants to play football. And that's the perfect balance. If we can just nurture that relationship and stoke that fire, that's going to be the absolute perfect balance. So it could have been man of the match for either one of them. The midfield I thought was really good. Saka and Ødegaard were quite quiet. I was surprised to see Saka on the pitch as long as he was. But, he had little moments where, he was sourcing, he spun a guy a couple of times. Ødegaard just keeping the ball ticking. It seems like the defensive, the 6 and the 8 for us at the moment in the kind of system that we play is more where we set up our attacks. We don't actually use Ødegaard to set up attacks at the moment. Ødegaard pushes and they become kind of a front 4, and he just kind of interchanges. So I think he's not going to do a lot of the flary stuff that you're going to see. He's not going to get the assists and play the beautiful through balls that Ozil does. He will, but not super often. But either way, it doesn't matter. He keeps the game ticking in a really understated way. He does things that you might not see and things that you might not notice. And overall, I was happy with the performance. Do you know what I mean? Zinchenko was sourcing nutmegs and flicks, and him and Gabi Martinelli and Gabi Jesus just know each other so well. Him and Martinelli on that left look class. Tierney had a little head clash at the end. Hopefully that doesn't look too bad. So we'll keep an eye on that. But overall, I'm very, very excited for this season. I think that we should absolutely be pushing for top 4. I think we should have had top 4 last season. We could do all sorts of mental gymnastics of if this happened, if that happened. We lost our first 3 games, COVID, players out, lost our captain and our main striker in January, whatever. All the rest of that. There's so many different components that went wrong for us as a club, but this is football, we move. But for me, I do really, really feel like we should be in for top 4. If we can just take some points away from, if we can take any points away from Spurs, Chelsea, Man United, those 3 clubs, we can smoke some of these smaller teams. Like I say, I thought the ref was quite good today, actually. Let me just say that. I thought the ref was quite good. Not giving penalties when, I thought was the right call. Going to VAR, checking the monitor, and overriding his original decision. I thought the ref was really, really good. He was fairly consistent across the game. He did seem reluctant to give Fofana a second yellow. A couple times maybe he could have given a second yellow, but at the same time, those challenges were quite far away from the box. So I understand, most of the things that he did in the game, I thought, I'm not happy about it, but I understood why you did that. So overall, very, very happy, very good day at the office. Really, really good to see the fans back in. You can tell the overall fan base is so connected to the team. I don't care about a couple people that don't like Arteta, and them, man, they can chat to me face to face when they see me in it. Man, ain't doing this on the internet, bruv. But you can tell overall the fan base is so connected to the team much more than they were a season or 2 seasons ago, because when Saliba scored the own goal, the fans were cheering him, the fans were lifting him, people were immediately around him, consoling him, and he barely put a foot wrong for the rest of the game. On another day, he could have been a shout for man of the match as well. It's just that Gabi Jesus was just too much today, too much. And this is what it is. This is, for me, if Gabi Jesus can get 15 to 20 goals in the Prem, it doesn't even need to be 20. This guy could get 12 goals, but will contribute with goals from all over the place. Xhaka has scored a goal today, which we don't see very often. Martinelli scored today. Smith Rowe was one of our top goal scorers last season. He'll come off the bench and have a big impact. Saka when he's on it, Ødegaard when he's on it. We've got so many goal scorers potentially new winger coming in, new centre mid coming in. They'll add goals as well. We've got goals from all over this pitch. And when we play this total football, we've got 11 men that can play football, but we've got like 9 or 10 players that will get multiple goals this season. It's crazy. So all in all, really, really good good day at the office. I think I'm going to be down there for the Aston Villa game. I've got to check my cousin, see if he got the tickets or not. But yeah, I just want to be more consistent on this YouTube thing. Hit me up on Instagram. Just like and subscribe to the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.